Have you ever stopped to think about what's really in your food? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a huge issue that's happening right under our noses: food fraud. We're going to explore how this affects not just your wallet, but your health and your trust in the whole food system.
So let me ask you this, and be honest. Think about the last meal you ate. How sure are you, really sure, that everything on that plate was exactly what the labels said it was? It's a simple question, but it gets right to the heart of what we're talking about. Okay, so the official term for this is food fraud. And let's be really clear about what this is. This isn't some accident at the factory. No. This is a deliberate, calculated act to deceive you, the consumer, for one reason and one reason only: to make a quick buck.
And believe me, this is not just a few isolated cases. Food fraud is a massive problem, and it shows up in a lot of different ways. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down 5 of the most common types of food fraud happening across Africa.
First up, let's talk about something most of us have in our fridge right now: milk. It's a staple, right? Especially for kids. But because it's so common and in such high demand, it's also a huge target for fraud. So, how do they do it? Well, the trick is shockingly simple. They just add water to increase the amount of milk they can sell. Sometimes they'll even mix in starch or other stuff to make it seem thick and creamy again. And this isn't just cheating you out of a quality product, it's literally watering down vital nutrition, putting the health of children at serious risk. All right, next on the list is another product we think of as pure and natural: honey. But the truth is, what's in that jar might be something else entirely. A lot of the honey you see on shelves, it's nothing more than sugar syrup, molasses, or maybe some corn syrup, with a little artificial coloring to get that golden look. So you're getting hit twice. It's getting harder and harder to find the real deal, and you're ending up paying a premium price for a cheap fake.
Number 3 is a classic bait and switch that can happen at your local market or butcher shop, getting sold one type of meat or fish when you're paying for another.
I mean, look at this. The deception is incredibly straightforward. You might pay the higher price for tilapia, but you're actually taking home a cheaper fish like catfish. Or, and this is a big one, you think you're buying beef for your family, but what's really in that package is donkey meat. It's not just dishonest. It raises huge questions about food safety.
Okay, for our fourth example, let's head over to the spice rack. You'd think that the very things we use to add flavor to our food would be safe, but you'd be wrong. Ground spices, think turmeric, paprika, curry powder, are super easy targets. To add extra weight and bulk them up, they're often mixed with cheap fillers like colored flour, chalk, or, get this, even brick powder. Yeah, brick powder. The only goal is to cheat you on the weight and make the color look a little brighter. Our fifth and final example is, honestly, maybe the most dangerous of all, because it puts your health directly on the line. I'm talking about expired products that are illegally relabeled and sold as new. This practice is just plain hazardous. Some sellers will take products that are past their expiration date and just print a new fake date on the package. And this happens with everything: baby food, snacks, canned goods, even medicines. The health risks here aren't just a possibility, they are immediate and they are very, very real. So, when you put all these pieces together, the watery milk, the fake honey, the mystery meat, the dusty spices, you see just how big of a problem this is. To put it in the words of our source material, food fraud, quote, can threaten our health and trust in the food system. It's not just about the money you lose, it's about losing confidence in the very food that's supposed to keep us healthy. So, what can you actually do about it? It can feel a little overwhelming, but you are not powerless here. You can protect yourself with 3 simple but powerful steps. First, whenever you can, buy your food from sources you know and trust. Second, get into the habit of actually reading the labels carefully. And third, just be smart. If a price seems way, way too good to be true, it probably is. So, from the milk in your tea to the spices in your stew, we've seen how food fraud can hide in plain sight. But the big takeaway here is that being aware, being vigilant is our best defense. And that really just leaves one last question for you. Now that you know what's out there, what are you going to look for?